Join the Union Discord server today. Link will be down below in the description. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, guys, we're going to be covering the Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days Ultimania once again. This is the second to last video covering the main Nomura interview, and then after that, we'll move on to the scenario mysteries. For those of you that are new around here, the scenario mystery section of the Ultimanias typically cover your more in-depth lore that the series offers. Often the types of things that I make discussion videos about, or theories on, or speculation videos on, those are the types of things that Nomura tends to talk about in the scenario mysteries. So I'm very interested to see what he talks about in the scenario mysteries for days. From what I skimmed out today and today's questions, Nomura seems to talk a little bit about the gameplay a little bit more, along with some organization members' weapons as well, along with the title for 358 over 2 days, and why he came up with it. So let's get right into it. Where did you come up with the idea of having one mission per day in the story mode? Because this is on a handheld system. We wanted to have something you could play quickly, so we made it so that you could play it in short spurts over a long period of time. If we had made each play session too long, your eyes and hands would start to get tired. Single missions are fairly short, but there is quite a number of them. At first, we were going to have a mission for each of the 358 days, but we thought that would be too much, so we were going to make it around 150, but when writing the scenario, we realized even that would be too much, so I gradually got rid of more and more missions. Then the guys on planning got rid of even more, and then even after that, when we sat down to play the finished product, we still felt it was too much. I wonder what would have happened if we had made it as originally planned. I probably actually would have hated the game instead of just, half disliking it as a kid, because I did not like the mission system that much in days. I have grown to be a little bit more fond of it now, understanding why it's the way it is and how it actually does benefit the story, and also it's pretty cool to experiment with the gameplay of Days, so I think that's why I'm enjoying it a lot more, because I'm starting to like Days gameplay and all the cool keylists you can have, how magic works, how it affects enemies and whatnot. It's pretty fun messing around with things in this game, but if he made a mission for every single day in the game, I might have went crazy. I might have gone crazy. And even 150 missions doesn't sound super terrible, to be honest, but that does sound like it's still too much as well. I wonder how many missions there actually are in the game. I've never went out of my way to count exactly how many missions they ended up putting in, but someone could maybe inform me in the comment section down below if you please, because I am kind of curious about that. But yeah, the mission system for Days is definitely one of the game's most interesting features. But moving on, I heard the panel system was your idea. I thought it was a groundbreaking new way of using the abilities you've gained on your characters in multiplayer. We didn't want you to have to train each character from the ground up. Also, since you can't allow two of the same Disney character or organization member to exist at the same time, two people can't use the same character during multiplayer. So if two people had only trained the same character, multiplayer would lose a lot of its fun. So people of training individual characters, we made a system where you could take all the abilities that you've learned and move them to any other character. By the way, I heard that it was your decision to name Luxord's weapon, Luxord's weapon. I can't say that. I'm gonna try though. Kyukaku Mosu 13. I think I said that right. I hope I said it right. I probably butchered it, but I tried. Well, the planning staff always send us many different ideas for names, and this time they sent us something like that, or that, I'm not pronouncing it again, so we just put those together. Since the weapon was just for fun, we figured why not, but then the localized team said if we do a literal translation, it will become Final Fantasy 13. Is that okay? I seem to remember saying that might be a bad idea. Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking? That might be a bad idea, huh, Nomura? Why would that be a bad idea? I'm curious, huh? Is it because of Luxord, or Luxord is in Versus 13, or Verum Rex as it's now called? Is that why, Nomura? And I'm gonna stop being weird. But yeah, all the organization members' weapons do actually have names, and To be honest, it's probably one of the things that I don't know about with Kingdom Hearts. There's plenty of things I am not knowledgeable about with this series, surprisingly enough. Despite me being a content creator, I don't know everything. You guys are constantly teaching me new things in the comment sections. But yeah, one of the things I definitely am not familiar with whatsoever is like the organization members' weapon names, outside of the obvious ones, like Rox and Xion having the Keyblade, or Cyax's Claymore, or Axel's Chakrams. I don't know the organization characters' weapon names at all. And even with Cyax and Axel, I don't know if their weapon names have actual names or if like just what the weapons are their names. But that could make for a very interesting video, actually, having one place where everyone could figure out the names for all the organization members' weapons, or even other characters' weapons in the series. That could be a fun idea. I might do that. But moving on to the final questions, just one more thing that I think everyone is wondering. Just what does the title 358 by 2 days mean? That's the question that everyone has to ask in interviews. There is an answer, but I think it's best not to answer it. Well, okay, I'll give a little hint. Over 2 is read in English as over 2, but this isn't the kind of over that means to pass over something. The 358 days are shared between 2 people, so over 2, but I'd rather you imagine which 2 we are talking about. After you finish playing it, you might change your mind about who the 2 people are. 358 days is 1 week short of a complete year, of course. Yes, of course, for people who play Kingdom Hearts 2, they know that the game is like a countdown to the final day. And of course, now they realize why it's missing that 1 week. So they already know the reason for the title is that it is a week short of a year, split between 2 people. But is that really the true answer? I named this game hoping that people would think on it even after they finished playing it. I don't know if we did or didn't. I think we did, but we definitely didn't think of it in the way Nomura just said, because that's my first time hearing that. But that's a very interesting spin on the title, actually, because I obviously thought about the 358 days that Rox is in the organization, but I never necessarily thought about the over 2 part all too much. But now that he's given a little bit of context to that, I would think that the other person would be Xion, but I don't think that's the answer Nomura wants me to arrive at. So the only other person I can think of would be Axel or Riku. Those are the only people I can think of him talking about. So it has to be one of those 3. He probably doesn't reveal the answer like ever. So I don't know. Who do you think that over 2 is? That other person that Roxas spends those days with is? Very interesting. But that's going to about do it for today's video though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This was definitely a interesting set of questions for sure. Definitely gave me a lot of thinking to do. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the Union, all you have to do is that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, guys.